prime factorization, least common multiple, greatest common factor. We're going to learn about all this and more in 3-2, Practice and Problem Solving Math Excel for Envision 2.0, grade 6 math, 6th grade math. Here we go. My name's Jason Jacobs. Hey, I got some tips and tricks to really help you get through this, guys. The question help won't show you what I'm going to show you today. I think you'll really like it. You see every number here. 12 is composite. We're going to find the prime factors of it. Is made up of only the prime factors, the product of prime factors. So 2 is prime. I'm going to circle it. 6 is still composite. We're going to go down here. And 12 is equal to 2 times 3. Okay, we're going to type that in here. Just like this. And we're going to use these prime factors to show you how to find the greatest common factor and least common multiple. It's really going to help us. You're going to love it. 2 times 2 times 3. All right. How'd you do on yours? Yours might have been different than mine. Okay, let's do 30 now, guys. I picked 11 good ones for us to do today. Welcome. I hope you're having a great day. I sure am. Today's election day. We're going to see who's going to be the president of the United States. Let's see. We have 2 times 3 times 5. All right, let me put that in here, guys. See what we get. 2. I'm going to try shift. That did not work. 2 times 3 times 5. I was seeing if I could find a shortcut of using shift 8. Maybe I hit enter. I don't know what I did. But this is how we find the prime factorization. I can't wait to show you the least common multiple and greatest common factor. You guys are going to love this trick. We make a Venn diagram, and you'll start to get really good. It's actually quite satisfying to do. I find students really, really enjoy it, which is nice. I love helping students develop a love and a passion for math. Hey, 69, what does that factor out into? Maybe 23, perhaps, times 3. 23 is prime too. No, yeah. I was starting to doubt myself. It's teaching 6th grade. Usually you do the smaller factor first. Oh, well, we got it. I usually use the same numbers over and over again. I use 12 a lot, 30, 18, 36, 24. I use those numbers a lot, which is why it's good to use an objective platform like this so we don't get my bias in there. All right, guys, this is it. And right here with these two numbers, I'm going to teach you how to find the greatest common factor, which we need to find, and the least common multiple. You can do it both with the same thing. First, we got to find the prime factorization. I got this. I'm teaching this in just regular YouTube videos too, but I'll teach it here. It'll be all over the place. 5 times 7 is 35, and then 49 factors out into 7 times 7, okay? Now, what we do is we draw a Venn diagram. I like to do it without taking my pencil off the page. There we go. Not as good on the screen. I'm like writing on the screen, which if you've never done that, it's a little strange. 49 equals 7 times 7. Okay, here's what we do, guys. I'm going to switch colors to make points. Find what they have in common. So what factors do 35 and 49 have in common? Do you guys see how they both have a 7? See that there? So the 7 goes there. Notice only one 7 goes there because they have one 7 in common. Now this 5 goes here and this 7 goes there. Now the greatest common factor is the product of the common primes that are here. If there are 2 numbers there, you'd multiply those 2 numbers together. In this case, there's only 1, so the answer is 7, okay? But I'm going to teach you how to find the least common multiple too with this method. To find the least common multiple, follow my cursor. You're going to multiply 5 times 7 times 7. That gets the LCM. Listen, this method is gold right here. This really will help you. So the greatest common factor is multiplying the numbers that are in common in the middle, the prime factors that are in common. The least common multiple is to do 5 times 7 times 7. Multiply all three in the Venn diagram together, and that gets the LCM. Hey, instead of listing them all, you know what I mean? This is a great method. I just really have found a lot of success this way with this method, and they do not show you this method in the view and example. They show you how to find the common ones and multiply them together. I just think this is visually satisfying to do and see. I've done it both ways. This is the best way. So GCF here, we're going to do, guys. And greatest common factor, 8. Now, eventually you'll start to memorize these, okay? 8 is made up of the prime factors of 3 2's. 2 to the third power. That equals 2 to the third power to review exponents, okay, guys? And then 44, 4 and 11. 11's prime, so I'll circle it. Okay, so make your Venn diagram. And we have 2 times 2 times 2. You can see I'm a little excited too about doing it, right, guys? And what do they have in common? They both have a 2, so that goes here. They both have another 2, that goes here. And then there's a 2 here and 11 here. So what do? You multiply the two common ones to get the 2 times 2. That's 4. So 4 goes there. Now, how do you find the least common multiple? You would multiply all of these numbers together here. 11 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 88. So the least common multiple of 8 and 44 is 88. Isn't that neat, guys? Yeah. It's fun too. I mean, I enjoy doing it. I know the students do. It's just one of those fun things to do. I mean, I just find it really satisfying. 349 is 7. And 7, we're finding the GCF. Oh, I'm glad this happened, guys. We can get a good point across here. What do they have in common? Guys, there's only one factor that these have in common. Only one factor, only one number that they have in common. What is the only one number? The one. Yes, the number 1. You can see there's nothing in common here. Don't put a 0 here. That would mess it all up. A 1 goes there. So the greatest common factor here is 1. The least common multiple would be multiplying all these together. So in this case, just multiplying 9 times 49. So if you can't find anything in common, they still have one number in common. You probably came here for me to show you this. This is important because in digits, which preceded Envision for Pearson Realize, they did the distributive property before we taught GCF and LCM. Actually, we did it all on the same topic, but here they're assuming you know the distributive property, which if you're following this digits curriculum or this Envision curriculum, we haven't learned it yet. So what's the greatest common factor of 42 and 66? What's the largest number that goes into both 42 and 66? You might have to do the prime factorization thing I just taught you, but your time is very valuable. So I'm going to go right in and tell you that it is 6. 6 is the greatest common factor. At least I hope. So 6 times, anytime a number is right next to the parentheses, that means times, plus blank. Okay. 6 times what is 42? 7. 6 times what is 66? 11. So this is the distributive property. You see, 6 times 7 is 42, and 6 times 11 is 66. So that's what they're looking for. Let me show you some other distributive properties that we're going to be doing in the future, just so in 30 seconds I can teach you some cool things that you didn't know. Okay, this one, there's 3 distributes here. I had a student brilliantly ask me, why do we do this? I mean, doesn't this seem a little ridiculous to do? To write this distributive property out like this? I mean, why do we need to do? And it's because we're getting ready for algebra, which is why I'm showing you this. 3 distributed to the x is 3x, plus 3 times 2 is 6. So you're going to have to do that in the future. 4 times x is 4x, minus 4 times 3 is 12. That's why we do it. That's why they're teaching you this now. Okay, so 6, 7 plus 11. And now find the sum. 7 plus 7 plus 11 is 18, and then 18 times 6. I agree with the student that it's probably just easier to add it up, but we do it this way to get you ready for the algebra, okay? All right, so I'm just adding it up like normal myself to get 108. I hope there's another one to teach you like that. Now we're finding the least common multiple. So up until now, you probably found the least common multiple by doing this. 45, 90. 45 times 1 is 45. 45 times 2 is 90. 45 times 3 is whatever that is. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh my goodness. Is this going to take? I've seen students take forever doing this. Just forever. And this is why the prime factorization way is a superior way for larger numbers, although 2 is not very large. All right. So I'm going to show you the prime factorization way, which I've already shown you. I hope you're enjoying this method here. And then 2 is just 2, right? Because it's a prime. 2 is the only even prime number. So we're going to make our Venn diagram. Okay, that was not my best Venn diagram. If you have me in class, you know I'm going to do it again. Sorry, guys. We're going to go with it. Not my best. I can do it really well on the board. In fact, when this is over, do you guys want to go to the board with me and we'll do that? Uh-oh. What do they have in common? Look at this, guys. They don't have anything in common except for one number. One number. So in this case, you just multiply the 2 numbers together and you get 90. Wonder if I can show you on the board. That'll be fun. That'd be fun. I like doing stuff like that at the end. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, today. Hope this is helping you. And we'll go to the board and we'll do some of these on the board together if you want to hang out. All right. 4 factors out into 2 and 2. And then, honestly, for this one, I might just use the list method, but I'll show you this method anyway. Okay, so the list method goes 4, 8, 12, 12, 24, 36. So in this case, now you're going to get some conceptual questions for the least common multiple. The least common multiple is either the largest number or more. Okay, the largest number or more would be the least common multiple. In this case, the answer is 12, but let me show you. 2 times 2, and 2 times 2 times 3. Okay, so they have two 2's in common. So the greatest common factor is 4 in this case. So you would go nothing here. 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. So sometimes it's good to know like both methods, like the list method and the prime factorization method, and to know that the list method is probably the easier way to do it here. And if you're dealing with larger numbers, the prime factorization method is probably the better, more efficient way. The list method it just takes forever with some numbers, and that's why we do the prime factorization way. All right. They're not I would pick different numbers if I were this. I don't know why they keep putting prime numbers there. It's just 5. It's just 5. Because if I put 1, it would just keep going on forever. 5. These are not the examples I would pick. One number in common. So for this one, you would do it 2 times 3 times 3 times 1 times 5, which would be the same as the product of 18 and 5. Now, that's not always the case. It is the case when there are two prime numbers, or in this case, one of the prime numbers. It's just 18 times 5. $90. Don't forget, in just a moment, I'm going to take you over to the board. This will be exciting, guys. Exciting. What am I doing? This is like, I don't know how many of these I've done in a row, but I'm having fun with you guys. This is cool. A number is between 28 and 33. Oh, this is fun. This is like a puzzle, guys. It has prime factors of 2 and 5. What is the number? Okay, so let's see. So 2 and 5, that equals 10. And it goes up to here. 10 times what is between these two numbers? Is it 30? Let's see. Do you think it's 30, guys? For me? It is. Hooray. I like those type of puzzles. Wow, is that it? Oh, cool. Stay with me. Stay with me. All right, guys, I'll show you my classroom. Come on over, guys. Like, the students aren't here, but we have desks there. And over here is where I teach on the board, right here. And I'll show you how I do I'll show you a problem I like to do a lot is this 36 and 24. So 36, hey guys, factors out into 6 and 6. any way you slice it, it still comes out to the same prime factors. 24, maybe 6 and 4. And then here's the Venn diagram I was telling you about. See, I'm pretty good at it, like when I'm doing it on the board. Hope you can see this. Hope you can see this okay, guys. And then 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, and then 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. What do they have in common? Well, they have 2 2's in common, so that goes here. And then they have a 3 in common, so that goes here as well. Look at that. This 3 goes here, this 2 goes here. So the greatest common factor equals 2 times 2 times 3, which is 12. The least common multiple equals 3 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 2. So remember, this was 12. And 12 times 2 is 24. And 24 times 3 is 72. So the least common multiple is 72. Hope that helped you guys. Show you some more cool things. Over here is my Dwight Schrute bobblehead. I'm a huge fan of The Office, and we've been making at my school an Office parody. So watch that, and I play this character, Dwight, which I didn't want to make him totally like Dwight. I sort of made him a little more lovable or likable, perhaps, because I like to be liked. But anyway, my name's Jason Jacobs, and I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you next time. Bye.